Today we're going to do factoring, but we're going to add a leading coefficient. So the a will no longer be 1. So we're going to follow the exact same steps, so nothing is really new, but we are going to have to really make those fractions in this step and simplify them if we can. So let's look at this first one. So you're still going to put a times c here. So it was 3 times 10 is? So that's where they got the 30, and then the b goes here as 17. So you were looking for factors of 30, which they wrote some factors of 30 out right here. And they're saying which of these would add up to be 17, which is these two. Then you have to put them back over a. So 2 over a, well, what was a? 3. And then 15 over a, 15 over 3. This can't simplify, so you leave it alone. But this could simplify, so you divide the top and bottom by 3, and you get 5 over 1. So notice that it's 3x plus 2 and 1x plus 5. Do y'all see how that works? All right, we're only going to do a few examples. We don't have to do all of these. That way y'all have time to work on your assignment. But let's look at number 1. So I'm going to do a times c. What is 5 times 8? 40. Now I'm looking for factors of 40, which is 1 times 40, but that will never add up to give me 22. Then I have 2 times 20. Would 2 times 20 add up to give me 22? Yes, so I'm going to put 2 over a. What is a? 5, and I'm going to put 20 over 5. Which one of those do I need to simplify? 20 over 5. Now, you don't want to make it a whole number. You need 2 numbers, but you can make one of the numbers a 1. So if I divide the top and bottom by 5, I'm left with 4 over 1. And those are my 2 numbers that I'm going to use. Remember, the bottom number goes with the variable. Yes? So I have 5x plus 2 times 1x plus 4. How do y'all feel about that? Good? All right, y'all try this one, number 3, on your own. Check your answer with mine to see how you did. Do we feel okay with this? Yes? Okay, let's go back to number 2. All right, I need to do a times c. What is 7 times 2? 14. And what is b? No, it's not 9. Negative 9. So I am looking for factors of 14 that will add up to negative 9. Well, the only way to get a positive 14 when multiplying is 2 positives or 2 negatives. The only way to add up to give me a negative is the 2 negatives. So when I do my factors, I need 2 negatives. So I have negative 1 times negative 14, that will never add up to give me negative 9. I have negative 2 times negative 7, and that will add up to give me negative 9. So I have negative 2 over 7, and that cannot simplify, so I'm good with that. And I have negative 7 over 7. Will that simplify? Yes, and always keep the negative with the number it belonged to, okay? So this is negative 1 over 1. So I have 7x minus 2 times 1x minus 1. Okay, let's go do number 4. Let's have y'all do number 4 on your own. Remember, if you don't know the factors, where do you go? Where do you go in your calculator? Y equals, and then you just put a times c divided by x in that y equals button. How'd y'all do? Good? Do y'all want to do more examples? Are y'all sure? Okay, I'll pass out the assignment. Okay, I want to do number 6 with you. Okay, so circle number 6. I am also going to do number 13 with you. Please work with me because I have not taught you this and you will not know what to do. Okay, so let's go to an X on here for number 6. So this would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here's number 6. Right here. So I am looking at 2x squared plus 3x minus 6. Everybody good? All right, so this is a times c. What's 2 times negative 6? Negative 12, and then b goes right here. I am looking for factors of negative 12 that add up to 3. Okay, so let's look at our factors over here. So negative 12 times 1 or 12 times negative 1. Will that ever give me a 3? No. All right. 2 times 6. It doesn't matter where I put the negative, it's never going to give me a 3. Are y'all with me? 3 times 4. Will those ever, no matter where I put a negative, ever give me a 3? Are there any other factors of 12? No. Can this problem be factored? No. If it cannot be factored, it is called a prime quadratic equation, meaning you can't factor it. So your answer is prime. There is one other one on 1 through 14 that are prime. They cannot be factored. Did everybody hear me? I'm going to make you figure it out. Okay? Now I want us to look at, hold on real quick. I want us to look at number 13 because I did not have one of these on our equation, on our notes. So I want us to look at number 13, so go make a spot for number 13. So 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Here's 13. Number 13 is 3a squared plus 30a plus 63. Now, I didn't have one of these on the notes, okay? The problem is you cannot factor a quadratic equation until you have pulled out the greatest common factor. So on all the other ones, there are no greatest common factors that you can pull out. But does everybody see what can I take out of every single term? A 3. Okay, so you would take out a 3, and you would be left with a squared plus 10a plus, and 63 divided by 3 is 21. Now it can be factored, but it could not be factored this way until you pull out that greatest common factor. Okay, so when you see a problem, the first thing you have to do, and we actually should have a whole nother lesson on this, but we don't have time. So if you see these problems, any of these problems, the first thing you should look for is there a greatest common factor I can pull out? I'm telling y'all that there's not, except on number 13. None of the other ones have a greatest common factor, okay? So let's go do this together now. All right, so you're only going to factor what's in the parentheses, okay? So what's A times C? 21. And what is B? 10. So I am looking for factors of 21 that add up to equal 10, which is going to be what? 3 and 7. 3 times 7. And they're both pluses, so 3 over A. What is A right here? 1. And 7 over 1. Now here's the deal. When you put your answer down here, you still have to leave the 3 on the outside. So I'm left with A plus 3 and A plus 7. But I have to have that 3 on the outside. And that's my answer. Does that make sense? Now I'm going to say it again. There is one other problem on 1 through 14 that is not able to be factored. So one of these other ones, your answer will be prime. All the rest can be done, and none of the other ones have a greatest common factor. Make sense? Yes or no? At the bottom, it says solve each equation. You can factor them if you want to, or you can just set them equal to 0 and use your calculator. Now 15 through 19, they're already set equal to 0. 20 through 24 are not. Look at 23. To set it equal to 0, you're going to move this to the left and this to the left, yes? So you would have to combine the like terms for the b's and then add your 12. And then you can set it equal to 0. So I would have 10b squared. What's negative 15 minus 8? Negative 23. B plus 12 equals 0. Now I can go solve. And then they should all have 2 answers. Now, your calculator is going to give them to you as crazy decimals. Okay, if you want to leave them as decimals, that's fine. Or you can put them into fraction form. Okay? All right, you may get started.